Amanda. Here, stop. Hey. Amanda, stop.
On the 26th of July 2023, law enforcement in Volusia County, Florida, received a chilling text to 911 claiming a friend had been kidnapped by an armed man in a white van on Interstate 95, forcing deputies to descend on the location where the phone pinged.
Someone texted into 911 that someone was getting kidnapped and they were on the interstate, but then when they went and did like a location on the phone, the address was showing up here.
The report was severe enough to trigger a massive response involving multiple agencies and even a helicopter search. However, as officers spoke with the homeowner, it became clear that no van existed and the call had come from inside the house.
All these other numbers, so there's a phone call out to 911.
There's a phone call out to 911? What time?
That's her calling it.
There's 911 again right there.
This phone was called.
These numbers calling back in are no caller ID.
You did?
Well, there's 3 different times of 911 was called out from this phone.
The father, initially confused, checks the mobile device and realizes the number matches the phone he had recently given to his 11-year-old daughter, Ava, causing the situation to shift from a rescue mission to a criminal investigation.
I didn't hit anything. Want me to close the door?
You're not in trouble. We just need to know what happened. I need to know and understand because this is like weird.
Because we got to make sure that there's not somebody that's being kidnapped on the interstate. We're trying to find them. And
open your mouth if you said something on the phone.
I didn't say anything.
Deputies needed to verify if there is any actual danger or if this is a hoax, so the father goes inside to confront his daughter, and moments later the young suspect is brought out to the garage to face the authorities.
You made the first call at 9:24 a.m. and canceled it. Then you called again at 9:30 a.m. Then they called you back at 9:42. And that was a 48-second conversation.
So what did you say? What did they say? Who was it?
Following the discovery of the undeniable phone logs, the investigation turns into an interrogation where the deputy reads the 11-year-old her Miranda rights, needing her to understand that sending a false report of an armed kidnapping is a felony offense.
You can cry about this. What you've done here is a felony. Okay? It's a felony crime, and you probably had 20 law enforcement officers at least, a helicopter, and all running with lights and siren on high speed to try to apprehend or try to stop a serious forcible felony from happening.
The officer details the resources wasted, explaining that officers were driving at high speeds and risking their lives for a phantom threat. But when pressed for a reason, Ava attempts to shift the blame to her younger brother, claiming it was his idea.
I think the government said something about my just made me pop in their head, and then I ended up doing shit and doing all this silly.
Law enforcement does not accept the excuse because the phone was in her hands and the detailed texts about a white van and interstate markers came from her, leading her to eventually admit it was a prank inspired by a YouTube challenge.
Okay, then you did this. You were on your own for this. And if your brother's 7 years old, you're not going to blame your 7-year-old brother for this.
The realization sets in for the family that this is not a simple scolding, as the deputy explains that to teach her a lesson and uphold the law, she will be placed under arrest and taken to the juvenile detention center.
Here, Amanda. Here, stop. Hey. Amanda, stop. Here, Amanda. Here, stop. Hey. Amanda, stop.
Panic sets in as she pleads with her parents, but it is too late as the deputy applies the handcuffs, which serves as a stark visual warning to anyone who thinks online challenges are harmless fun.
So stop. Listen to me.
Here, relax your head.
Relax your
fingers.
fingers.
You're pulling my hands. All right?
Stop.
Ava was charged with a felony for making a false police report concerning the use of a firearm in a violent manner and a misdemeanor for misuse of 911, and she was processed at the Family Resource Center.
I'm telling you this right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
I'm not going to do this again.
She was held at the Volusia Regional Juvenile Detention Center before eventually being released to her parents, and the sheriff's office released this footage to deter other children from participating in similar reckless online trends.